welcome back to yet another episode of Behind the Chaos. As always, I'm your host, Emily Campbell, and today I'm here with arguably the most frustrating contestant of the entire season, Spencer.
I'd like to object to that statement.
Overruled. Besides, there's no way you're surprised. You're basically enemies with the majority of the cast. It would almost be impressive the amount of bridges you've burned this season if it wasn't sad at the same time.
Bloody hell. So is this what we're doing?
Of course, but enough of the preamble. Let's get right to it. First things first, Diego.
What about him?
What about him? You've paraded your intellect all season long, and now you're playing dumb? Suit yourself. So let me clear it up for you. What were you thinking eliminating him after the poor sap poured his heart out to you on live TV?
What I was thinking was that I needed to focus on the game, and I couldn't do it if Diego was there.
Bit of an odd mentality to have when the guy was very much in your corner. Not to mention was quite literally the team's muscle. Now, I'm not one to speculate, but I think losing Diego contributed to the red team's losing streak.
I was scared. How could I not? The thoughts of becoming closer to him, becoming vulnerable to someone again, was simply put a nightmare to me.
Because of your ex?
You could say that. A 3-year relationship is nothing to scoff at. Even if we weren't the best of couples, there was still a lot of good that came out of that relationship.
Like self-defense and learning CPR?
Precisely. In the moment, I was protecting not only myself, but Diego from the heartbreak.
I'll give you some grace. During the comeback, it seemed like you and Diego made progress. You actually apologized to him and seemed genuine.
Because I was. If anything, being honest to Diego was the least I could do if I couldn't help him win back a spot in the game.
Don't break your arm patting yourself on the back too much. So, what does the future hold for you and Diego then?
I think it's best if me and him part ways. Pains me to say, but Diego deserves someone who will make him happy. And I let the window of opportunity slap him shut on any potential romance we could have had.
Hear that? That's the sound of hundreds of Dancer fans' hearts breaking. But how about we move on and talk about your other notable interactions, like Jade?
That I can do.
Your alliance with Jade has been one of the most talked about aspects of the season. Well, until her alliance with Isabel, that is. But what was going through your mind during all the ups and downs?
I don't harbor negative feelings towards her. Quite the contrary. I think Jade is the smartest remaining player of the season. Yet, I can admit that as her and Isabel got closer, I felt hung out to dry. To trust someone in this game, to trust blindly, that just wasn't something I could do. But I suppose, to some degree, I may have taken for granted her allyship.
Do you feel she sacrificed her idol for you?
Sure, she did. But let's not pretend it was pure altruism. The move helped her just as much. I had to play the game in a way that maintained my position, even if they were done in less than favorable ways.
Yes, how could we forget you pinning Anastasia's insecurities against her and telling Hannah, what was it again? You were merely out of your depth? Less than favorable is a generous way of describing it, don't you think? Especially when we slipped in the mocking pet names.
I see.
I'll hop off my soapbox now. Anyway, out of those remaining, who do you think will win?
From observing everyone's gameplay, I think Jade, Anastasia, and Logan.
Admittedly, Logan is a bit of a wild card guess, but that does make it easier for me to pivot into your guys' whole thing. But why do you think they have what it takes to win?
Jade, I feel, is quite self-explanatory. She's clever, there's no other way to put it. And even if I don't agree with all of her moves, I'd be damned if someone said she didn't put in the effort to get this far. She's also extremely patient, even if it wasn't always deserved.
If Jade is in the running for her smarts, then what about Anastasia?
Oh, Anastasia's crafty as well. But her anger issues and prone to paranoia made her an easy target to disrupt the flow of votes. That said, her sheer determination and unwillingness to give up makes her dangerous. As the numbers dawdle, even more so.
And now for Logan. You can start with why you think he can win, but Then we're talking about your guys' situationship.
Situation what? Look, Logan is underestimated, and to be absolutely upfront about it, people do not perceive him as much as a threat. He's a social player, and with his added athleticism, he may have what it takes to get to the finale.
Fair enough. So you guys aren't together?
Never were. The moment in the haunted house was a result of Logan exploring himself and me being... it was a moment of weakness more than anything. I treasure Logan as a friend. Besides, after Diego, I think it may be in my best interest to take time for myself.
I'll say. You know how many people swore there would be a love triangle between the three of you? Would have been great for ratings, but this isn't Love Island.
I don't quite know how to respond to that, in all honesty. Point being, if I wasn't interested in romance at the start of the season, I certainly am not now.
Happy to see you finally beginning to self-reflect. After being eliminated, but hey, better now than never.
Is this an interview, or is this just you lambasting me for 10 minutes?
It's my show. Don't like it? There's the door.
You do realize that door leads to an icy plunge right into the water, right?
Did I stutter?
Are we done here?
Almost. One last question. How do you feel about going to the motel and seeing so many familiar faces?
I haven't thought of that, actually. I suppose it is a bit nerve-wracking, for lack of a better word.
I can see it now. The initial happiness that you finally got eliminated, only for it to melt into irritation that they now have to live with you till the finale.
Believe me, I'm not exactly thrilled to see them again either.